Hi, y'all. Hello, hello. How are you all today? It is Thursday, Talk Your Talk with Deborah Vines-Epps, and I am coming to you. Yeah. All right. Seems like it's working there. Now, this is what you get when you are raw and uncut, right? This is what you get. So, this platform that I have, I'm telling you, this platform that I have, it has a mind of its own. And so, I think I'm live. And if not, it's recording. So yeah, hello everyone. This is Deborah with Talk Your Talk, where you get me every Thursday at 7 o'clock. If I'm not here on Thursdays, and of course I give you all a heads up because there's a thing called life, and with life there's self-care, and sometimes it's a busy schedule. So for that, I am here on this Thursday, and I have with you all, we call her Kia, right? I mean, Kia has many names. But she's here to discuss the topic with me. And the topic today is all right. The topic today is what happens when a woman becomes emotionally unavailable. What happens when a woman becomes emotionally unavailable? Now, before we get started, I like to kind of talk about some of the news that's going on right now in the world. A lot of people talking about Jamie Foxx, and so I just want to say, you know, sometimes can become so busy and involved in our work and our daily life, and things happen. And so with Jay Fox, whatever it was that caused, people are saying they are spotting him now. Some people saying it's a double Jamie Foxx. I think it's Jamie Foxx. If it is, I'm glad that he's doing a lot better. What do you think, kid? Do you think it's Jamie Foxx?
I'm one of those people that honestly, I don't think that's Jamie Foxx. I don't think that's
Hmm.
Jamie Foxx.
Well, if it is or if it isn't, the alleged things that's out there about him, I just want to say I hope he's well. His family continues to receive the peace. They keep continue to receive the love and the so from us to you, Jamie Foxx, get better, feel
Dude,
better, and I hope that if it's not, if it is you, I'm glad that I was able to see you because you're still looking good, Jamie Foxx. We're ready to see you back in the scenes again. All right. So, Kim, talk about becoming emotionally unavailable. And this is romantic relationships. This can be friendships. This can be in at the workplace. You know, once a woman becomes emotionally and you know, we're gonna kind of get a little personal with whether it's previous relationships or the now, right? So can
hmm
you kind of tell me, introduce yourself, and then kind of tell me exactly what is your perspective, and when you became emotionally unavailable, what changed for you?
hey y'all or whatever. No, hey guys. My name is Nakia Dashiell. I go by Nakia Dashiell. I'm a positive, a motivational blogger, beauty blogger. I blog all things. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Um, when to me in discussion of this topic, uh, what happens when a woman becomes emotionally unavailable? I personally feel like a woman that is emotionally unavailable, if it's before a relationship, she has no business being in one. That's just off the rip. If you're emotionally unavailable, period, you have no business engaging in no kind of relationship, friendships, BFFs, none of that. None of that. You're not stable to me. But to be in a relationship, a full blown relationship and become emotionally unavailable, to me, that type of woman can become. It depends. Because if she's in a relationship and she wasn't emotionally unavailable in the beginning, right? What triggered her? It had to be a trigger. It has to be a trigger to make you become emotionally unavailable. Because so based on what triggered you determines the action of that woman. If you get what I'm saying. There's, to me, it's some sort of trauma or some sort of trigger that happened that caused that emotional unavailability. And that can kind of create, I won't say literal, but like a dangerous woman. Because to me, once the emotions shut off, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I've personally
Yeah.
been in,
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I've personally been in like a past relationship, you know, and I'm not big on arguing. I'm not big on arguing. I don't do fight. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. So when I became emotionally unavailable, all of my relationships were long-term relationships. Like 4 years, 3 years, like long-term relationships. If I became unavailable, I was done. That was it. That was it. Because most times, and I can speak for myself. Most times, um, we told you what we didn't like. If you have communication in that relationship, a lot of times women will tell you what they don't like, or I don't really like when you do that, or this is bothering me. I mean, a good relationship should have communication. So, I mean, we usually tell them after we tell you, now we're showing you that we don't like that, or I don't agree with that, or I really ain't feeling you like that. We're showing you. So it goes from telling you, then it's like, okay, you're not getting it. Let me show you. After showing you, that's usually when that's it. That's it. Because to me, after a while, if I'm showing you and you're still not getting it, and I've talked to you and I've told you what I didn't like, and you're still doing it, it comes off intentional to me. And I personally don't want to be with somebody that's intentionally doing something I don't like, you know?
Right, right. And so for that, when a woman becomes emotionally unavailable, there's a lot of um, responses that comes from that. I've heard women say, "I am not sexually connected anymore. Um, I feel nasty when I'm around them. I When they touch me, it doesn't feel the same. When they look at me, I don't get that the butterflies that I it is and it can be with someone that you were in love with. I'm talking about your first love, whatever. But when you get to that point, and it can be where a woman, I mean, there's different scenarios. I know women that with the roles in relationships, they work really hard. They are like, a lot of, I mean, let's keep it real. A lot of women are the breadwinners of the house now. And so that can mess with a man's ego, right? And so you have some insecurities that start. And when those
Mm-hmm.
insecurities set in, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just with the income, it's with, okay, so the woman is popping now. She's doing her thing. Now she's out in the community more. Now she's engaging with different people more. Now, so now there's a shift. And when there's a shift, if that guy isn't secure in who he is, then that insecurity has set in. And when that sits in for some people, it creates jealousy. It creates discrepancies. Now you're not equally yoked anymore, right? Now you're having more problems. You're having more bad times and good times. And so because of that, all of that energy is coming in. But at the same time, you're trying to make it work. this is the love of your life. You want to stay with them, and if you have children by them, you want to make it work. But then on the other hand, you don't have the mental space for it, and you
Mhm.
don't want to leave, but you become so comfortable where you say, you know what, it'll get better. I'll deal with it. But that wedge is already there, Kia, where now you are becoming emotionally unattached, and it gets worse,
Mhm.
and it gets worse, and it gets worse to the point where two,
Now
three
you
weeks
look.
pass, there's no sex. Yeah, that's it.
You
Weeks
just looking
pass,
for the
there's no
breaking
sex.
point now. Now you just like just do one thing.
Right, right. There's no sex. There's no conversations. There's how was your day? There is, I mean, it just messes with your mental space and your peace. And so, at what point do two people that once loved each other bring that back together? Because one, I mean, where we are emotional creatures by nature. Like by nature, we are
Mhm.
emotional, right? And so
Yeah.
when we connect to you, it's something there. So when we become unattached and unavailable, it's not good. It's
It's
not
not.
good at
That's
all.
why I said it to me. Like it may not be literally, but to me, an emotionally unavailable woman that once was just doing it like loved you is a dangerous one. Is a
Woo!
dangerous because
Yeah.
once she starts, usually when she's emotionally unavailable, she's spending a lot of time. A lot of them think that she'll go elsewhere and spend time, but a lot of time what they don't realize is if I'm not emotionally available to you right now, a lot of times I'm spending more time in my head and I'm thinking and I'm watching and I'm just making sure 1 plus 1 is equaling 2 because every time it's not, I'm like, you know what? This I don't know if this gonna work. Like you and I mean, I think a lot. I'm just being completely honest. I'm almost positive. There's a lot of women we think because we're naturally those women that are naturally lovers. You know, you genuinely love and you give, and that's all you know. Love, 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 love. Give, 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 give. You start feeling like you're being taken advantage of.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
once a woman feels unappreciated, which is where the emotional
Woo!
unavailability kicks in at, because now I don't feel
Yes.
appreciated. Now that
Yes.
one plus
And
one is
Kia,
not equaling two.
but Kia, it's the little things for us. Like
Uh-huh.
it's the you know, you have to love our minds. I'm trying to say it the nice way, right? You have to love
Talk
our
your talk.
minds before nighttime, right? Like freak our minds before we get into bed, right?
That's right.
Just a simple text. Hey, honey, hey, babe, I was thinking about you today. How was your day? Hey, when you pull up to the house, they already coming there to get your bags for you, right?
That's
Okay, what
right.
about the guys that don't open the doors anymore, right? You know, is look, you just got home. Let me massage your. Let me just take my shoes off and just massage my feet while you talking to me, asking me about my day. It's those little things that makes us. Whew, it's just those little things. Like just talk
It's
to
see,
us. Talk
and
to
the
us.
problem is a lot of times, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Debbie. A lot
No, it's
of times the
okay.
men think it's the money. It's the money. It's listen. Listen, if there's any
Whew.
guys on here, listen. You can make love to your woman's mind simply by waking
Oh,
up in the morning. And if you're gone for work already, send her a good morning text so that. But if you know your woman, you know around the time she almost wake up. Have that text sent when you leaving out the door, cause you know when she wake up, she sees good morning, babe. I hope your day goes wonderful. I hope your sleep was well. Do you know how many cookie points that's bigger than a stack of money? Because
yes.
so many men don't do it anymore. And it
Yep.
matters. It
Yep.
matters.
Yep.
Simple
It
stuff,
does.
simple forehead kisses. It matters.
Yes. Yes.
It matters. Simple stuff that don't even cost
And
nothing, but can cost you everything.
That's it. And it's like, you know me well enough to know the core of me. So you know
That's
if I walk in and my mood is off,
right.
don't make my mood about yours. Right?
No.
Like to me, hey, is everything okay? You know, don't automatically get in your defense with us. Talk to us,
Mm-hmm.
ask us. We just want to talk. We want to talk. And then not only that, men and women or whatever relationship you're in, you have to be secure in who you are and not worry about other relationships. Because when you start comparing yourself to other relationships, people show you what they want you to see. Always remember that.
That's right.
People show you what they want you to see. You just never know what goes on in people's homes. You never
Mm-mm.
know. And so when you start saying, I wish I was like this, or I wish we were like that, stop. Stop doing that.
Yep.
Like, right, focus on you all. Focus on, for one, I got to say this. Whatever your religious or your spiritual thing is, whether you're married, you're not married, you're engaged, or whatever you have a relationship, whether it's a friendship, it's a partnership, whatever it is, for me, I have to have God in the middle of it.
That's
Like,
right.
seriously. That's for me, because at times, and it's for my marriage now, at times we left God out. And we
Mm-hmm.
realized the times that we didn't go to him, Kia, is when we had like the most problems, right? It's like was just situational in our marriage. And no
Yep.
marriage is
God
perfect
start
at
shaking the
all.
table.
Right. Like no marriage is perfect at all. But
Mm-mm.
when me and Andre, we can sit down and we can really, like, because we both communicate very well. I have to say that. And that's for the most part, whether we agree to disagree or we may not agree together at all, but we know how to bring it back to the table and try to make it work. And so for
Mm-hmm.
that, I was like, look, babe, when we get up in the morning, let's pray together. Let's Before we go to bed tonight, let's pray together. When we wake up in the morning, let's ask each other, what is on your agenda for today? Is it
Mm-hmm.
anything I can help you with today? Right? And then I had to realize the things that I wanted for him, I had to start doing to him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when he started getting those responses, he was like, "Oh, she paid attention to my needs." So he naturally was doing things for me. Right? That's how you communicate as well. Paying
Right.
attention to each other's signs. And that's that love language. A lot of people don't know how to do that. Or people just don't, I don't know, just don't care anymore sometimes. And so you become emotionally unavailable. When I become emotionally unavailable, Kia, I can't fake it. I can't do it. It's gonna show all over me.
I know
I
I
can't
can't
do it.
fake it.
And look, and Kia, let me tell you, like, my body responds the same way too.
Before my mouth do. Mhm.
Hey, let me tell you, if I'm emotionally unavailable, all this right here becomes emotionally unavailable too,
Unavailable,
right?
baby.
Now you got me. Now some women, like, they don't care. They can be upset with you, not attached to you, and things can happen, and that's fine. But for me, it is either you gonna get a desert or the well gonna run, baby. You hear me? So at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it is that's just that part. Because let's keep it real. A lot of men, what drives men? A lot of times, one of the one things, sex,
Yeah. Yeah. So
right?
that's usually what most unavailable, emotionally unavailable women pull from them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
But
so and
but this
so
the thing though. This the thing though, Debbie. This the thing though. I want to just rewind it back real quick. Now that we said that, I want to rewind it back real quick. When we was talking about how um a woman can become emotionally unavailable when a man start like the insecurity thing, like if she's the breadwinner. Now, there's this too. This the accountability thing. There's this too. Cause women gotta take accountability too. Cause we some dangerous creatures
go ahead and say
at
it,
times.
girl. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
So you can have your genuine woman over here that literally I'm becoming emotionally unavailable because it's draining me. It's just draining me. Like you know, what's going on with you? Like you saying to him, I'm secure in myself, but you know, what's going on with you? I'm trying to make money and da da da. I'm not worrying about that, but you're draining me because I got to be focused so I can be the breadwinner at the moment, right? So you got your genuine one that's just she emotionally unavailable because she can't afford to be because she's the breadwinner, so she ain't got time right now. Then you
Right.
got the emotion. You
Right.
got the one that's the breadwinner that knew when she got with you, you didn't have shit, right? So now that she's emotionally unavailable, to be honest with you, not because you're insecure, because if she got with you and you didn't have shit, she already knew this was gonna come. Let's just keep it real. She already knew there was a
Right.
possibility the insecurities on your end would kick in. But that type of woman right there, that's a dangerous woman because it's not her becoming emotionally unavailable because it's genuine. She's becoming emotionally unavailable because women know how to manipulate.
Yeah.
So there's
That's it.
also that type. And the one that's using, you got the ones, like I said, with the first one, right? She genuinely can't. I can't deal because I'm the breadwinner right now. You know, just right now, I'm the breadwinner. So I can't be knocked off my pivot because we still got to make sure a roof is over our head or whatever the case may be. She may genuinely pull sex back from you because I'm overloaded. I'm drained. Bruh, I'm already the
Yes.
breadwinner. I'm tired. You ain't getting no sex, and I got to do this and do that. But then you also got the one, the manipulative one, that's gonna pull the sex back from you because she know you need her. She knows
There
that
you
you
go. I like
know that she's the breadwinner.
it. That's it. And see those two type of women, I like that, Kia, because that one who's truly genuine, she want the best for her relationship
She wants the best. That's it.
because
And her job, she's trying to stay
she has given you
focused.
grace.
It's nothing personal.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. She has given you grace, Kia. She understands. She trusts your vision, what you're trying to do. Keep in mind, she knew what it was before when she met you. But
Right, right.
see, women come into a relationship saying, thinking that we can fix things. We come into a relationship trying to be the doctor, the mechanic, the lawyer, the accountant,
Yeah.
the nurse. Yeah. We try to see, women, we have some roles, women power, because we
Hmm.
do rock. So we come into relationships and we think we can fix things. When that happens, if it doesn't happen in a time frame, and keep in mind, we put time frames on things such as when we should get a raise, different
Hmm.
goals, how much money we want to make, but we don't put those same requirements on our relationships.
That's
Relationships
right.
require goals too. And if you don't
That's right.
set those goals and you just go into it hoping that it's just going to change, there's going to be the shift where now you are surpassing that partner, that loved one. And now sometimes you get too far. Look at the gap here, you know,
Yeah.
but you're still in love with this person. You care
Yeah.
about it. You want the best for them. And so at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you allow your to stay where it was before. But
Right.
with that gap, it creates the the emotional unattachment. That's what I'm looking for. It
That
creates
that
that. Yeah.
but you know what, Debbie, the relationship, that first woman, right? Like I said, she naturally drained. Anybody would be drained if you the breadwinner, right? Don't throw kids in the equation. Cause now I got to be the breadwinner. I got to make sure the kids right. Because even though daddy's right there, they love mom, 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 mom. They love that. So I mean, you got to be available for them. That's taking some of me, right? I'm providing for the roof. That's not saying I always was the breadwinner. Right now, it's just my goal. You know what I'm saying? So that's pulling from me. Finances and stuff like that. That's pulling from me. Gotta stay organized, gotta keep the kids on the schedule so they go to bed, so they get up, so they ready for school, so they did their homework. I gotta cook, gotta clean. That, it's sex where? I mean, it's not even that you don't want to literally have sex. You don't have the drive. I don't have the emotional drive, just honestly, because I'm so much of me is pulled here, 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 here. And that's not saying us as women, we're always the ones, because there's some men that are breadwinners too. But when you come into a relationship, y'all pull them chairs up to the table, you already know what this one got, what this one lacks, and what this one brings, and what you lack, and what he brings. And no matter what he lack, you should be a balance up. You should be good at, and what you lack, he should be able to bring up. See, that's the genuine one. That's that first woman right there. So, like you said, when you said that, when you said that, it genuinely can be a toll on you. It can, but that same type of woman will, y'all have a community, y'all can communicate. Like you said, you and Drake can communicate. So I know you'll probably sit down and be like, look, babe, whew, I'm tired. I need some help over here, over there. And Dre will get it just like that. You see what I'm saying? It's the same way to go for him. Look, Dale, I'm tired. And you can pick it up just like that. And the understanding to understand what's going on to be there. The second type of woman, the manipulative one, not going to look at it like that. Because she's going in it. To me, that type of woman, that's just to me. Huh?
But Kia,
what you
I want to stop you right there. Because let me tell you, I can be, communication in my relationship, it has gotten a whole lot better. Because I can be the stubborn one sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. I can be the stubborn one, believe it or not. Shut everything down, right? I shut everything down. And so for some women that are like that, sometimes the man, when you communicate and you're honest with each other, they'll tell you nag, all that nagging. It just makes me want to just go somewhere else. Think about it. Why do men get up and go find another woman, not trying to leave their woman, but go find another woman where they don't have to hear the kids running in the house, talking about the difficult conversations, somebody you can just go with and just have a good time. Just go have fun, have conversations, have sex. You're not dealing with the things that's going on. And that's what breaks up a lot is the men will run. A lot of times they don't want to stay and fix it. They don't want to deal with the hard stuff. They want to just run and go because that's what they're used to. As women, we are used to staying and dealing with the hard stuff. A lot of times we are stuck with the hard stuff, and the man gets up and run and leaves most of the time. And that's where a lot of cheating starts. It was something, I wanted to look at it. Let me see. Don't even say anything, Kia. Let me read this to you. I seen this on Facebook, right? And I'm going to read this to you. Y'all hold up, because let me pull this up. Let me tell you, this was a post that I seen on somebody's page. It says, let me show y'all this. Probably see the light. Hold on. Can you see that? This is why y'all get cheated on. So, can you see that?
They said this is why we cheat on.
I'm going to post this. Why y'all get cheated on. Yes. The woman is saying, I don't feel like it tonight. And the man saying, really? It's been 2 weeks. Like, he's looking at her like, what, you don't want now? It's been 2 weeks. You're going to make me continue to wait? But see, that opens up many conversations. Why has it been 2 weeks for her? Is she drained? Is she holding everything down? Is she emotionally drained? Is there no mental space for her? Men, how are you all? Like, instead of just saying it's been 2 weeks, come to us and ask us, what is it? What can I do? Why haven't you had the urge to have sex with me for 2 weeks? Right? Don't run out. Figure it out with us. There's a reason why.
And to me, that's why more men run physically and more women run mentally.
I like that. I like that.
That's exactly
I
why.
like that.
Because I mean, like you said, if I'm conversating with you and we're in love and we're in a real relationship, right? You understand why it's been 2 weeks. You get why it's been 2 weeks.
Yep.
You're not even asking that question because you see you helping me around here. You know what I'm saying? I might be saying this too much, but you helping me though, because you know that you looking at me and this too much, right? So it should be too much for you to even watch me going through too much.
I just got a message saying you're not live on Facebook. That's strange. Wait a minute. Hold on. So we have talked this whole
I wonder if
time,
Facebook off.
but I see viewers.
It might be on theirs.
Oh, we are here. Somebody send me some comments. Send me some comments to just hold on. Let me see. So no, people don't see my live.
They don't.
Click on. Let me. It's on YouTube only. Wow. So I have raw in now, and I think I know what happened. We probably that's why I see it. It's on Twitter and YouTube. Wait a minute, it's not on Facebook. Wait a minute, let me bring it in. Yes. I don't think it's on. Let me see. You all, thank you so much for. Okay, let me see. Facebook, select destinations. No, it says showing on. You all, thank you so much for your patience with this. I'm trying to understand what's going on. It said you are not live. Melissa just said, hold on. Hold on. Miss Melissa just said you're been watching you on YouTube. You all so much. Let me see. I think I'm about to do it now. Wait a minute. All right, you all let me know if you all see us on Facebook now. Let's see. Go live.
Give me 1 second, Deb. Let me grab some closest real quick.
Okay. I don't know why is all right. Well, I'm glad that you all are viewing. It's trying to go on Facebook. You all let me know. Do you all see anything on Instagram? I see let me see. You are not live. I've been watching you on YouTube. Okay. You are not. So it said I'm not live on IG or
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. All right. So it's just YouTube. Is yeah, it's not live on Facebook or Instagram. It's live on YouTube, Twitter only. So it's only live on YouTube and Twitter. Somehow follow up with the broadcast afterwards to see what I'll do, you all. I will take this and I will post it to Facebook and I will also post it to IG as well. Thank you all for coming onto YouTube and Twitter. Again, this is StreamYard is something that we are doing because Talk Your Talk is truly growing. And so we are trying different things to make sure this is easy for our viewers, but I'm not sure why it's not streaming on Facebook. And a lot of people do have YouTube, so that's a good thing. So we're going to continue, and Melissa, can you still see me on YouTube? Post in the comments for me and let me know. Post in the comments and let me know if you can see it on YouTube. Thank you. Um, yeah, I've been getting messages. Something said look down, so I keep getting a message saying we can't see you. Where are you? Thank you all so much.
My
Usually a
friend
lot of these
says,
podcasts, you know, okay, yes, okay, so okay, Letitia's yes on YouTube. We're gonna find out what's going on. I know we're in the podcast right now, but we will post it to Facebook and we will post to Instagram. I hate I'm missing a lot of the Facebook because this topic, I got people in my inbox saying that they wanted to see it. So I hope they come to the YouTube as well. But we'll repost, and I guarantee you next week for that topic, I'm going to make sure we're good on all platforms. So again, my apologies. But with raw and uncut, this is what you get. Hey, Quita. Okay, so Quita here too. Okay, all right. So Kia, let's get back to the point where the men actually leave. Let's get to the point where
yeah,
the men leave when the woman has just shut down completely. For the woman, how long does that take? Like sometimes we become numb, Kia. We become numb and we just deal with it because we know we're already busy. It is what it is. It's gonna work. If it work, if it doesn't, it doesn't. And sometimes we
yeah,
become so comfortable where we're scared to lose someone because it's hard to find a good man out here. It's just so scarce out here. People are doing their own things. People have hidden agendas. So a lot of times women
yeah.
just stay in the relationship. How was that for you? What made you make a decision in your past relationship?
Um, okay. So I, me personally, honestly, I'm not the girl that you feel like if you get out of the relationship, like what guy or whatever. That's never the issue. I don't feel like that's the issue for myself. I'm more focused on when I'm going through my emotional unavailability. Like I said, more men they run physically and we go mentally, right? Because a woman can be done with you mentally for a year. I mean, a woman we can really do it. We really got longevity in that. But for me, it's going through my mind, like how long my time. That's what gets me. I can't get my time back. And I think some women stay because of the time. It's just like, I can't get this time back. This gotta work because it's been 2, 3 years. I can't rewind it and go get those 2, 3 years back and exclude you
Yeah.
out and have somebody that fits in it. I gotta start over again if that's the case. I don't think for me it's so much of like I don't want to leave because you know not finding nobody else or anything like that. It for me it's literally like goodness grief. So you really wasted your time, honey, Kia. Like that's you can't get that back.
But Kia, I don't even I don't know why you're going in and out, but okay, but you're good now.
Hmm.
Kia, the main thing is when a woman becomes emotionally unavailable or unattached, she's done really. She just pretty much dealing with it.
It's no doubt about it.
And if you have kids, sometimes the kids are the only thing that keeps you there. Seriously,
Yeah,
sometimes. And
yeah,
I've had, people that some family too, that when they become empty, disasters, that's when it really hits. Like, I person all these years, and what kept the family going were the kids.
Yeah.
And now the kids are gone, and we have nothing in common.
Yeah.
In common. And so for those loved ones, right, like Kia, for me, I don't like to walk in my house and I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I don't like to walk in my house. Like, I can be upset with you for a little bit, but sometimes, like, deep down, it hurts me. Like, oh my gosh, when I get home, we're not gonna be talking.
Yeah.
We're not, we're gonna be, oh my gosh, I gotta act like I don't want to go hug him. I gotta act like, that's that stubborn side, like, right? Okay, when I walk in, I hope he want to sit down and talk with me. I hope he want to hug me. Like, that's part of growth and maturity too. And so for me, it's like I don't like to be that one that's not
Yeah.
safe or secure in my home. Come home.
Yeah. I totally
do.
I completely understand that. I can completely understand that, because I've been like that, and I mean, are you? No, I know this ain't got nothing to do with it. You an Aries, right? Dale.
I'm an Aries all day long, baby.
Right. So, with that, I'm just saying that, baby, that's a common thing. I don't like to walk around like and or come home and feel like I'm on eggshells, because my aura alone, when I'm emotionally detached, it's gonna pick it up. And once it does that, it's gonna be very like bubblish. Like, it's gonna make you feel like you're walking on eggshells. So I definitely get it when you say I don't want to come home.
Yeah.
I don't want to come home, and it feels like it shouldn't have to feel like that. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't. But I do think that some, like you were saying, like some of our older like family members or whatever, once the kids leave, then it hits them. I think because by that time and that point, you were just surviving. It went from living with each other to surviving each other, like tolerating one another. And there's nothing there when you're tolerating something. It is.
Yeah, I agree, because Kia, we had Miss Melissa. Um she said, but when you do it only for the kids, that's not good, because the kids can feel when their parents are unhappy. So are you doing it more harm for are you doing more harm than good when you do that? It's more harm. And the kids would tell you.
Yeah.
They would tell you, like, why didn't you leave? Why?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of the times, because I do believe that does harm to. I just don't believe in that. So I believe completely that it does do more harm to the children. But I think when kids tell, sometimes I've seen people go through stuff like this with the kids. So like, when it comes to just staying there for the kids, I feel like when the kids get older or whatever the case may be, and they say you could have just left, I think at that moment, I think especially when it comes to women, we're so busy thinking for the child, because we're emotionally your thought is gonna be, they're gonna want me to stay, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. And when they get older and say you could have just left, it's kind of like, I've seen that happen to people, them tolerate each other for that. But it definitely does harm to the children. And then, kids grow up.
Kia, I think what I'm going to have to do, I don't know if there's something with StreamYard. First, y'all, I want to apologize, but this topic right here is something that I hate that now it's showing me that with Facebook, the broadcast deleted on Facebook.
Mm.
Some of the destinations didn't go through. And so I did receive a message back from Miss Melissa saying that it is freezing. Um,
Mhm.
and so we're missing some really good information. But Kia, I'm going to push through it. Sometimes we can't control technology, right? We
Right.
can't. We can't. And when you do, some people, will, edit their videos, and I will do that eventually. But I wanted to go live all the time for a while because I want everything raw and uncut. Right? That's how life is, Kia. It's raw and
Raw and
uncut.
cut.
It's no cover up. People will mask things. People edit, but I want it to be raw and uncut. So when I want that, I take the risk of this happening, deleting for some of my destinations, freezing. But I'm going to push forward right then. It has just set in my head to just go ahead and stop it. I have 14 more minutes, but I'm not. What they can hear, I want them to hear. I'm going to stay on. Miss Melissa said absolutely because it causes the kids to grow up and it trickles down to the child's decision in their relationships, what they
That's right.
tolerate in their life as a whole. I like that, Miss Melissa,
That's
because
right.
we groom our kids. We groom because it becomes a learned behavior from them. If you have abuse in your home, physical abuse, verbal abuse, lack of communication, not, allow them to stay in their feelings, and you showing them that it's not important to communicate, you fuss, you get mad, you just sweep up on the road, you don't talk about it, what do you think will be embedded in your kids? They also emulate that when they become older. So you're right, Miss Melissa. We have to be cognizant of what we pour into our children. Yes, society will get a hold of them, but we have to be aware of in the home, we're the role models first. We are.
That's right.
What's your thoughts on
That's
that, Kia?
exactly right.
Yeah, it is. And so, you know, I had quite a few people that um I had one girl that that wanted to do this topic, but she was how she responded was very, let me take that back. She wasn't the one that agreed to this topic, but I thought she would be a perfect person because the way she's going in her spiritual journey.
Mhm.
But she came back and said, I would love to do this, but where I am in my spiritual healing right now, I don't open some wounds. And that stood out for me because reopening, this topic can be broad, but it can be personal too. And it can open up some things as well. Because a lot of people take baggage into other relationships. A lot of people
Mhm.
don't know how to heal first. Some people
A
don't know
lot
how
of
to
people
do
don't know
that.
how to
And
be by
because
themselves.
of that, come, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Can I say that I struggle with, like, that's where that codependency come in at. See, I can be real with myself, right?
Mhm.
And that's why I'm
A
so
lot
real
of
in my
people have
friendships, my
abandonment issues.
relationships, and everything. Girl. But Kia, do we all have some type of abandonment issues though?
Absolutely, because
I
I
think
couldn't tell
so.
you that abandonment issues if I ain't never went through abandonment issues.
Girl. Kia, it's how we accept it, forgive, move on. I won't even say move on, how we cope with it. That's the key. How we cope with it. Okay, I see Kia has froze. I see Quita said you definitely have to be careful with telling your child, I stayed for you. It can make the child feel responsible for the trauma you decided to stay in. Oh my gosh. When I tell you that's the truth, especially developmental ages when a child is trying to identify who they are. And that starts in the teenage years when a child is identity versus role confusion. when a child is stuck there, and when people separate. I'm sorry, y'all, we lost Kia. Hopefully she comes back. But when two people separate, and when the child thinks that it's them, depression seeks in. Like they're already dealing with what's going on with the separation, the divorce, the verbal abuse, whether it's physical abuse. They have to think about, oh my gosh, we're gonna be two separate households. This Kia calling y'all out. This doesn't get better, huh? Hey Kia.
Can I go back on your end?
Kia, you went out completely, but it's okay, Kia, because I'm still live. We still got 10 minutes. And this is where it's raw and uncut. I'm gonna let them hear you on the phone. How is that? Okay. So Kia, we was talking about Quita made the comment and she said you definitely have to be careful with telling your child, I stayed for you. It can make the child feel responsible for the trauma you decided to stay in. And I'm pretty much saying, yes, they start to blame themselves, and depression sink in. Now they have to deal with the fact that, oh my gosh, my parents are about to separate. Who am I going to stay with? What does this look like? It changes a lot for the kids too. That's why most people stay together, Kia.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Most people stay together also because they don't want to. I'm not going to say, okay, yeah. I think most people stay together. It's survival, but a lot of people fear accountability in that situation because who's right and who's wrong in the situation, there's accountability. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what will be right then? That you can take from accountability for. Like we sometimes struggle with advantages in the past, So that's something we know that. You see what I'm saying? That's why we can say it. We know that. We're accountable for that. So we're not gonna stay in a situation like that if that's the situation. It's just what it is. But I think a lot of people don't tell their kids too because they don't have accountability. They don't want to sit down with their child and tell them, I did something wrong. I yelled. I did something wrong. You don't have to tell them the whole situation, but you can tell them like, hey, listen, mom and dad. It's easy ways to tell a child because they like, why didn't you just talk to me? Like,
No.
Mom, Dad, we could have had this conversation. I would have understood. Kids are very smart.
They are. They're we think. They observe. They listen. They know what's going on, but they try to spare our feelings. And I told them, and I talk to my friend Leticia all the time, and it's one thing that something mentality. Well, that pretty much shows me his future. He may be the next president. He may be the director at a place. He might be in charge. I have to embrace who he is at that age because that's his personality, right? And then and the sad thing is that the schools doesn't allow our kids to be kids, right? Because they keeping us in a bubble. And so I know I kind of got off track a little bit, but I think for me, and I use example for us, and this is some transparency. Sometimes when Andre and I have disagreements, one thing I'll say is Andre like to use his hands. For me, when I see hands, I think threats, right? I'm automatically my defense is coming up, and I'll say, why you moving your hands? Or why you staying? I'm not in this. I'm just talking. I'm right. But then I always say I never want to do it in front of my kids. But if they're upstairs, they hear it, right? They hear it. And so I find myself, and we do this, so especially EJ, he's 15. And we'll sit him down, we'll say, EJ, because sometimes he'll come down, he'll be like, come on, y'all. He'll say, is everything okay? Right? And so we'll sit down with him and we'll say, you know what, EJ, or sometimes I do it myself. If I'm very upset, I'll do it. I'll go cool off for a little bit because, again, it's my accountability for me, Kia, right?
That's right.
It's my accountability. I'll come back and I'll sit down and I say, EJ, what did you understand from what just happened? I want to hear how he feels about it, right? Then I apologize too. Then I also say, you're going to have disagreements, right? The yelling probably wasn't good. We was probably yelling at each other, talking to each other, at each other, not communicating with each other. And so it gives him this perspective of how to communicate. And believe it or not, if you can communicate in anything, woo,
you can communicate in things, then you said life.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you communicating, it's also, if you can communicate, you can take accountability.
Yeah.
See, a good communicator is accountable for what they do. They're accountable for what they do, what they say, and how they act.
I agree, Kia. I agree.
So this is why, and it might be a little bit off topic, but this is why some people can look at, like some people may look at this conversation and how we talking to each other like we're arguing. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And some people look at it like we just having a conversation. It's a conversation. You have points, I have points, but we come to a common ground.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying as far as when you can communicate, when you're a good communicator, there is no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
I have a point of view. You have a point of view. We're talking about it. We're agreeing to disagree at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
And we come to a common ground. Because your mind is not my mind, and my mind is not your mind. I can't force you to think or feel the way I feel. I can only try to direct you into understanding.
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from. So it's how you do that, like you said, with EJ, is real good because I too have boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, and I can only speak from having boys. To me, with boys, you gotta sit down and have that conversation. If y'all are having a disagreement, because men are natural protectors.
Yep.
Before Andre came, it was Mama EJ.
Yep. Yep.
So they're gonna look at it, and it's not about Dre and EJ. I'm just saying they're gonna look at it like no matter who you with,
yep,
or what male is around you,
yep,
somebody can say something to you too loud. It could be a family member, and they gonna be looking like, is everything all right, Mom?
Yep, you're right.
But that's because for women, when you have girls, I think it's good to sit them down because it teaches them how to communicate with men. Because sometimes us women can do too much.
Yeah.
Like, we can do too much. Or we can't accept when the man doesn't agree with us.
Yeah.
We feel like talking loud is going to make you understand or agree with us.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
It teaches your daughter how to use her tone and understand it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's it. It's how you say it. And when a woman becomes unavailable emotionally, guess what?
She don't say nothing.
She doesn't. And the kids become unattached too. And then sometimes that's when disrespect come in, where that child who may respect the mother a little bit more, or if it's a blended family and the man is not the father, or the woman is not the mother, or whoever, it's a blended family. If they see that main person has become emotionally unavailable, guess what's going to happen? They're going to start treating that other person the exact same way. The level of respect is not the same anymore. The boundaries has now became crossed. So we don't want to put our kids in that situation as well. The best thing I can do for you all, we got 2 minutes. Best thing I can do for you all, the advice I can give you is leave. Either you're going to pray about it, put God in it, right? So if you want it, if you want it to work. But sometimes if it gets too far, just spare each other and just leave. Just, I mean, because look, sometimes you may not be for that person. You probably thought that, hey, look, this was my high school sweetheart, or we're really good friends. But sometimes you're better friends than couples, right?
That's right.
Sometimes you get along better with that person as friends than you did and you're like, how we get along so much better now? Because it just wasn't meant for you to be with that person. The compatibility wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easier for you to accept the difference when they're just a friend.
Yeah, it's hard though, because when you love a person, it's hard to let them go. And then when you have kids, it's even harder. So women settle. We settle, and we know majority of the time that we don't want to be there, right? You all know, you all don't want to be there, but you settle because this is what pops in your mind. If I find somebody else, I gotta learn somebody else all over again. Oh my gosh, I got to start over. Then again, this kicks in. You don't want to be by yourself. And then the kids, you don't want to take care of the kids by yourself, or just having somebody there to come to at home. It's so much that kicks in for a woman to settle with a man. But if you are emotionally unavailable, the sex will not be the same. It won't even feel the same, right?
To be honest with you, I feel like, and I know we only have 2 minutes, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and you probably you get it, that if the woman is emotionally unavailable, she she can cut herself off from even feeling the sex. Yes. She don't want to do it with you. Yep. She's unattached.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying earlier about emotionally unavailable woman is a dangerous one. Because
repeat that here.
An emotionally unavailable woman is a dangerous woman.
Yeah.
Because, for example, just a quick example, like you said, this woman, what you said about the kids. When the kids, they side with, I'm not gonna say they side with mama, but by default, I'm telling you, if the woman, since we're talking about a woman being emotionally unattached, if we emotionally unattached that child because they feel like natural protectors,
yep,
they're going to automatically do it. They're going to automatically emotionally attach to, because why is mama feeling like this?
Yeah, you're right. You're
right. It's dangerous for the household, period.
Yeah, it is. It's dangerous. And it's dangerous for you all too. So I'm going to, Kia, as always, Kia, thank you so much. I know I can call you and just talk to you about any conversation, because that's who you are. I love you too. That's who you, I mean, you can talk about any topic, Beauty and the Beast, right? Like just who you are, from way back when Andre and I met you, and your lovely boys, when you used to do Andre hair, when he had the dreads back then as well. Kid, just your personality and your spirit alone, and just having you, someone, you come to me for advice sometimes, and we just sit and talk. I respect the fact that you move at the beat of your own drum. And no matter what somebody say or does, you keep pushing. You keep pushing. And so for that, with finding someone, I know that I usually have a person locked in, but for this time right here, this topic is very sensitive for a lot of people. It is. It's very, very sensitive for a lot of people. And, it can be a general conversation, but like even tonight, I sort of, kind of, provided some personal information too, because again, that's accountability and being transparent. But I appreciate you having this conversation with me tonight. For the platforms and destinations not going through, but I am going to fix that. My marketing person, she is out of town. I'm gonna tell you, when she go, things like this happen. Like she's not here. She's in Chicago on her AKA conference, right? And yeah, she's in Chicago. She won't be back until Sunday. So I have I have a little team helps me with this. Andre does great with it too, but he's really like getting involved with this because he know this has been the one thing I have been very consistent with because I've always wanted a podcast and to talk your talk just to talk period. So I appreciate the viewers. Yeah, I can have thousands of viewers. I can have people where when they're talking, all the comments showing down the screen. If that's what God choose for me, where I'll have that, that's fine. But Talk Your Talk is here for people who want to talk, who want to listen, who want to just sit down, sit back and relax and engage and listen to these conversations. And guess what? You don't have to be fake, be yourself. You can inbox me. I can bring you on too because people like to talk about things like this. It's just we stay so busy and we don't have the mental space sometimes to even talk about things. So thank you all for coming onto YouTube. I am going to fix the Facebook platform and the IG. We will post it. I will have Dion do it while she's in Chicago. She don't know it yet, but I'm going to bother her while she's there. So I put it on the platforms. Look, you all, I spoiled you all by doing my Talk Your Talk on my personal Facebook page. I had more viewers, right? Now I'm doing it. And the person said, I need for you to do it on Talk Your Talk. You will get the same people there. Just keep sharing it and keep doing it. So I will, you all. I just ask that you all continue to come back, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Deborah Vines-Epps. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me. I use the exact same colors. It's gonna say "Talk Your Talk" with a microphone, but you see me in my pink suit. Okay, that's why I kept my pink suit on. So any platform change that I change, anything you look at, it's gonna be the exact same picture. Follow me on all platforms. I thank you all so much. I am going to post a new topic. I have so many topics to choose from. I'm so excited, but I'm going to start changing my platforms, meaning different people. I'm going to start having couples up here. I'm going to start having Miss Melissa. It's time to bring you back. Miss Evangelist Brown, we're going to bring you back as well. A lot of people after you did the prayer, we got to make sure we keep God in our life, in our circle, in everything that we do. If you all have topics, hit me up. Talk. It is Thursdays at 7 o'clock. And if I don't come on that Thursday, you all will be notified because self-care is important. Not only that, you all know that I have various things that I do. We have the funeral home, presidential funeral services. So sometimes we might have viewings on Thursdays with loved ones. Make sure you all go to presidentialfuneralservices.com and look at the services that we offer. And with my cleaning company, Tiny Giant Professional Cleaning, most of the time I have great staff. So Thursdays that will not bother me on Thursdays. But if I'm not here on Thursdays, just know I still want you to go to my pages and follow me. Okay. Thank you all so much. Kia, thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kia.
you, Debbie, for having me as always, and thank you. Like, continue to push, keep this going. This is really good. The world is turning to a place of where now the elusiveness is falling, and everybody wants what's real and what's raw. And this is a perfect platform for real to be raw.
Thank you, Kia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look, Kia, I was telling a friend today, I'm going to end with this. We had this guy come do an interview at the funeral home with us today. He has a podcast. He made a point. He said, you know what? I look at a lot of these people podcasts and the things they do to get the viewers,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I said, if I get one viewer, two viewer, I'm touching somebody, right?
That's right.
Right. I just have to stay consistent with it and it will reach the people, the masses. I have to be consistent. I'm not going to go about doing it the other way, right? The way where people
Right.
do drama, as you say, ratchetness. I'm not going to, that's not who I am. That's not my personality. That's not my character. So thank
No.
you all for tuning in with me on Thursdays. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you all next Thursday. Again, Kia, thank you so much. And yes, you are welcome. And talk your on Thursdays at 7 o'clock with your girl, Deborah Vines-Epps. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Deborah Vines-Epps. If you have any questions, just message me and I will guide you in the right direction. Thank you so much, and you all enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night. Thank you. You too, Kia. Bye bye.
Bye bye.